Hi Minna, this is the Mythomet with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And yes, we have now the final confirmation that worldwide celebration of 2024 will be for part 1 without any doubt centered around Broly, namely about movie 8. So the first time DBZ Broly is introduced into the movies, in this case is movie 8. We have been receiving a lot of hints in recent days, and for the most part some were pointing towards Broly, but other was pointing towards Dragon Ball OG, Kid Goku against Demon King Piccolo. Some of the int might felt like we were seeing a Nimbus cloud, but then we got the confirmation that this is indeed centered around movie 8, at least part 1. We will see about part 2, maybe movie 10, or it could be even a complete different movie. It could be even movie 9 with Bojack. We will see about that. Or why not? I'm not sure, and I don't think it would be a good thing to worldwide celebration. But how about Bio Broly movie? So movie 11, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see it happening, but we will talk a little bit more about this. So I am really happy about this worldwide theme being, for the time being, regarding movie 8. As I mentioned several times, Broly is my son's favorite character, so we will be doing some summoning together. That will be really fun, and he's a big fan of Broly, and we will talk during this video. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, please leave like and subscribe to the channel, as I'm trying to reach 200 subs until the end of the year. My goal with this video is talking you a little bit about what to expect in terms of the units of part 1, and also some talk about what could EZA and Super EZA during this part 1. I will be talking a little bit also about part 2 of things that I think could EZA. So I hope that this video helps you. I will do maybe a second video talking about a news that we also got today about the fact that we are going to have Cell Max LRSTR Cell Max Yellow Coin banner in a couple of days, could be even tomorrow, and I will do a different video talking a little bit about this. Although in this video I might talk a little bit about if that could imply something about the leadership of Broly. Okay, so I hope that you enjoy this video. Let's go. So this is the last hint that we have, the more like a teaser trailer. Let's show you this. Okay. So Minna, a couple of things that we can see here on this teaser trailer. We have some part of what, in my opinion, seems to be new animations for Broly. So we are clearly talking about movie 8, so the first time Broly appear. I will be talking a little bit about what the unit could be in a couple of minutes. Let me just show you a couple of things that we can see. So I have the impression that some of the animation we are seeing are new, other might be old. So the first thing that we see is this. This feels like a new animation, and by the way, as you can see, we can see here, and we were talking about this. This is Super Saiyan Gohan. Here, maybe it could be the side banner unit of one of the banner. It would make a lot of sense. I will talk a little bit about him. Then we got here this that feels like the animation of Int Broly. the Dokkan Fest exclusive. I will also talk a little bit about that. Then this part also feel, I'm not sure what we are seeing that in double, but it also feel like this. Then this feels new. Okay, this I don't recall to see that animation in any other animation from Broly, so this feels new. Okay, this also feels new. It could mean like an AoE attack. And then this, I'm not sure if it's new. This feels like the active skill of Int Broly. This, I'm not sure, but I don't recall this floor to be the animation when we got the transformation in LR Tech Broly. So this feels also like a new thing. Yeah, this could be the part where Broly transformed into legendary Broly. Okay, like he is here. Okay, yeah, this could be a new transformation, and so they are telling us that the legend strikes in the 27th. This is for the global side of the game. It will arrive at the same time on JP, which I think in the video they mentioned 28, but it should be like obviously it should be a question of time zones. So they will arrive on the same at the same time, if I understand this correctly. So this will be in a week. So that's really cool, really good. Okay, so Minna, then also very important is this line here: give me the power to put this guy down for the count, more power right now. So this is the part where all the Z fighters are going to give key to Goku. And as you know, at this movie 8, then Goku will finish Broly with a one punch. My son says to me when we saw that movie that this is not fair. Broly by far is leading the fight, is a lot stronger than anyone in the fight, and then by some stupid when everybody is down, they have the power to give some power to Goku, and then Goku really rushed the end of the movie with a powerful punch to the chest of Broly and defeats him. It feels a little bit rushed, although obviously this animation is really cool, and it will be really cool on the game. This is my opinion, that this phrase implies, in my opinion, that the second unit of part 1 should be some kind of Super Saiyan Goku that do that famous punch to Broly. So let's talk a little bit more about this. So in terms of the Broly, what kind of unit can we see? So we have that major problem, in my opinion, in Dokkan, that they made the big mistake of using the same name, Super Saiyan Broly, both for DBZ Broly and to DBS Broly. It makes no sense at all, as you know, those are two different characters. I would say that DBS Broly is a hero, although he's extreme in the first movie, but now, as you know, if you have been reading the manga, is without any doubt a good guy, although as you know, DBZ is more like the devil, like himself he says himself about himself, is the devil, so is really an extreme guy, and this is by no means the same character. So I don't know why they are using the same name, and that gives us a problem of some of these characters do not link together. So for example, in the survey, once again I talked about, I mentioned in my survey the possibility for us to be able to link a character that has the same name but are not the same unit. I think that would be really good to the game. I'm not sure if this is something that could happen anytime soon. I think, in my opinion, this is already long overdue, and we have the very bad memory about last worldwide celebration of 2023, when they give us Zamasu, fused Zamasu that obviously was the corrupted one, and then didn't even mention he was the corrupted one, so you couldn't link him with Fusion Zamasu without this corruption. That, in my opinion, should also be a possibility to link. So I'm not sure if they are going to do anything about this. So what would be the good case scenario? It would be good that the unit would start like being this guy here, okay, like Broly, like just Broly. That would be really, really cool. That it could be this unit like immediately, and maybe you can have an entrance animation where it transforms into Super Saiyan Broly. Like, why not this form? That would be really cool to be transformed in this form, or maybe this form immediately, and then you could have some kind of active skill when you transform in legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Okay, once again, let's say he is legendary Super Saiyan Broly at the beginning. I don't think it is, because we can see an animation, so either he will start Broly or he will start Super Saiyan Broly, and then I think he will go to Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. But the big problem is that, and I will be talking a little bit about units I think could get their Easy A, but we have a lot of these guys here that could get Easy A or Super Easy A that have already that name. So once again, this is a problem in my opinion. So I think it would be the perfect moment to give us the same name update, so we can link everyone here, because we could use this guy, we could use this guy, he will be an Easy A for sure. We could use this guy, maybe this guy or this guy. We will see this guy. We could also see a Super Easy A. We will see. We'll talk a little bit about that. But you could use, and with the new Broly, we could use a team full of Broly. How fun could that be? So I really think that that would be very, very good. We will talk a little bit about Wario Broly in a minute. So I think that this could be a very, very cool unit. Let's hope to see the details in a couple of days. And then, like I mentioned, I really think that maybe we can see a Super Saiyan Goku. So once again, so many Super Saiyan Goku, but I think it is time to get one. I think that this is 2 years ago, so it feels like we have so many Super Saiyan Goku. But the last one was, let me just see if we have, okay, this one is recent, but it doesn't count. Yeah, so this one was the one we got 2 years ago. Okay, so I'm thinking that this guy is the closest that we have, so 2 years ago. So in terms of the Goku, I'm not sure what they could do. It was a surprise to me in a way that, for example, this guy, although he has all the Z fighters around him, is called Super Saiyan Goku. So it could be like something like this kind of things, where we could have exactly the same character around Goku to help them, and we will have something like, let me see if I can show you this. We have, where can I see here? To be, oh, I will go back to that. Just shut this down. So this is the only unit that we have that is from movie height in terms of Gohan. Okay, so this is Super Saiyan Gohan Youth. Okay, this guy got his Easy A, is a World Tournament card. To be honest, although he's really a dodge or die character, I'm not sure if this guy cannot be used on the new team that I think that will be led by Super Saiyan Goku, because in my opinion, I think that this guy could be. So let me see. This guy could. Where are you? Here. So this guy, not this guy obviously, but something very similar to this guy could lead Kamehame. I think this is one of the team that we are long overdue to have a new leader. Let me see, what kind of leaders do we have? Yes, we are long overdue to have a new leader for the Kamehame category. Then also I think that bond of parent and child, or even bond of friendship, let me see which one are the last leader we have. Yes, this is also a category where we could see a new leader, and it would make a lot of sense to him, and Herbert Fighter. I also think that could be seen. Yes, okay, so those are the 3 categories. I think that this new Super Saiyan Goku, we still need to have confirmation that it is a Super Saiyan Goku, but I think it could be, and it could lead why not all of those 3 categories. It would make a lot of sense. And obviously, like I mentioned, so where are you? So this guy obviously will be in where are your categories? He will be in bond of parent and child, so it would make a lot of sense also. And obviously they will have this super class key plus 2, attack and defense plus 30%, and then to the super class units you will have key plus 1 and attack plus 10%. So I think this could be good. And yeah, 70% chance to dodge. This would be like a really dodge or die character, but maybe we can still use him. I will see. It will depend on what kind of unit. Maybe the side banner unit will be this guy, as I mentioned on the teaser video. We can see this guy being shot by Broly, so maybe this is a side banner unit. We will see. It could be very cool. Okay, so this is everything I had to say about the 2 units. So Broly, I think, will be one of them, and then we will be Super Saiyan Goku, I think, although it would be cool if they can name him like Super Saiyan and Z Fighter, some kind of new name. That would be obviously very, very cool. Or once again, they can give us the same name update, and they can have they can be run together. Okay, so talking about Easy Ace, okay, this is a very important part of shout out to Misaka that point us this very, very informative image. So regarding Easy A, so this is the unit, the Dokkan Fest and Dokkan Fest LR and Yellow Coin LRs that have been coming through the years, and so we can see that the one that is long way to overdue to an Easy A is this guy, LR Tech Broly. At the time he was a global first exclusive. It was a really, really cool unit. I really like his animation. I really think that his animation still are some of the best in the game. So that was one of the reasons most people thought that this worldwide celebration could be centered around Broly because of this guy Easy A. Okay, so let me talk about other unit that could see their Easy A. We have this Broly over here that could make a lot of sense. We have these guys, and I will talk a little bit about them when I arrive to this part. We have also Bojack. That could be Bojack and LR Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So maybe part 2 could be movie 9, movie of Bojack. I think it's movie 9. I'm sorry if I'm making a mistake here. Maybe that could lead into something like this, although it would also be cool to be movie 10, the second coming of Broly. But I will tell you why I think this could be also a good moment to bring the Easy A for these guys. And so maybe because of that, the movie could be around this moment. We will see about that. And also, like I mentioned, we had the information, we had the leak that this guy could be Easy A, maybe during the countdown. We will see. And then we have also this unit and this unit, but I will talk a little bit about that at the end of the video. Okay, so in terms of movie, by the way, just a quick note about this guy. So this guy will be coming maybe tomorrow to global. He is a yellow coin banner. We have a PD system now. Everybody knows what you got.
Entra no casino em modo betano.
And one of the problem that I use this unit in my JP account. I think he is really, really good, like maybe top 3 in the game. Maybe top 2 even. He felt like an extreme version of Beast Gohan, but he has obviously some restriction in his passive. One of them is the entrance animation, which is artificial life form or super bosses. And as you know, DBZ Broly is not a super boss unit, is a movie boss unit, not a super boss unit. And then we also have this additional defense of 250% and reduced damage reduction of 30%. But then all the allies in the turn must be artificial life form or super boss or movie boss. It cannot be one of them artificial life form and the other super boss. So the two other units needs to be artificial life form, or the two of them needs to be super boss, or the two of them needs to be movie bosses. Obviously, if we are using a team more centered around Broly, then maybe we will have two movie bosses unit. I could see this guy being like a second slot or third slot unit being used in a Broly's team, so that might be interesting. Then we have also the problem that we will need a super boss unit on the team to activate this entrance animation, but to be honest, I can see that happen because we could have this guy. Okay, I'm expecting the new Broly, I didn't talk a lot about it, but I'm expecting the new Broly to one of these leaders to be movie boss. We will see if Broly, so much sound here. So we will see if I didn't talk about that, but we might see two Dokkan Fest LR exclusive or one LR Dokkan Fest exclusive and one LR Carnival unit like last year. We will see about that. So I'm not sure if the Dokkan Fest will be Broly or if it will be a Carnival unit. If he's a Carnival unit, he might have only one leadership, or he might have two. We will see about that. But one of them, in my opinion, without any doubt, would be movie bosses. And so maybe we can run this guy to activate the entrance animation for LR STR Cell Max. So I'm sorry, I'm just giving showing you what I think is the most likely units you get is EZA. So this guy will be coming tomorrow, I think tomorrow. We just have his animation in this detail on Twitter, X Dokkan, but I think that maybe we can use him on a team led by the new unit Broly. We will see. I have some doubts if I'm going to summon for him. Maybe if we can have the details for Broly and we have still in time to summon for him, that would be perfect for me. We will see about how much time his banner will be active. So talking about the EZAs that we can see, so one of them, this is not an EZA obviously, so this guy, I mean, it's like 99.9% sure is going to EZA. Like I mentioned, this guy is the unit that came long time ago, so this guy could get his EZA. As you might recall, he has a very good transforming condition, which is at the fourth turn of the start of the battle, not when he appears. So even if he's on slot 3, the next time he will appear, he will transform. This is very good. I really think that this guy will be a powerhouse in terms of attack. At the time, if you recall, once he get transformed to legendary super Saiyan Broly, he was one of the more damaging unit. His attack is super attack, then his active skill super attack once he is transformed can be activated after transformation. So I'm not sure if it's the yes if I record correctly, once you transform you can immediately use it. This will give you ki plus 24, and this attack of 48% for one turn is multiplicative buff, so this is very strong. This is like some like we see on the support, and so at the time we saw a lot of very cool numbers, and I think that will happen again. He will launch some additionals. He will launch one additional with a medium launch an additional attack with a medium chance of becoming a super attack when we're facing one, and he will launch a guaranteed super attack when we are facing two enemies. So that could be very good. We will see what they will do with his EZA. Let me see what are his categories. So power beyond Super Saiyan could also be a category the new Broly could lead, and and at that point we could use a lot of some super unit. We will see. Super sign could be cool also. We will see. Resurrected Warriors, why not? Diabolic Villain, what is this? Oh, Inhuman Deeds. That could be cool if this guy's...
That's the fate of slow websites. A few seconds...
Each time I open... That could be cool if he leads that, because we could see this guy getting an easy A. I will talk a little bit about that, maybe in a part 2 or 3. We could see this guy seeing an easy A. So why not? That could be also a category for him. And we have this guy, although the problem with this guy is that he gives supports to super boss and not movie bosses. That's a shame. This guy is very, very good, but the problem is that his support... where are you? Yeah, his support is only to super bosses, so... yeah, that's not ideal. Okay, so in terms of more unit that could see their easy A, also I think that this guy could see an easy A. This guy is also from movie 8. I think it would make a lot of sense. By the way, as you know, in the easy A, most of the time they will keep the backbone of the unit, and I think that this guy could be really good.
Everybody knows what you got.
Entra no casino em modo beta.
I'm sorry about that. So, let's say, for example, this guy, I know that he has something restricted to enemies. Yes, he has. So, for example, here you can see we'll have Key plus 3, launch an additional that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. Then you will have damage reduction plus 18%. You already have a flat out 18% without any restriction. But you will have 18% more and chance of creating 18% more. You will also have that at with no thing attached to it, but you will have 80% more damage reduction and 80% more critical attack if you are against a pure sign and or an hybrid sign. By the way, some of the hardest fight in the game currently are against pure sign. For example, the new event against LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, for example, is one of the toughest fight in the game. Beast Gohan will be against an hybrid sign, so this could be used in some of the very difficult challenge that we have currently in the game, so he could be very good. This guy could see, so as you know, normally with the easy A they keep the backbone of the unit. Let's say they increase this damage reduction that is without any restriction and this crit chance, and let's say for example they give guard to this guy. At that point, damage reduction plus guard would be very, very, very good. Let's also remember this is one of the few units of Broly units that can be very good defensive, because this guy is stacking attack and defense, so and because he do so many attacks, from what I recall, you have a lot of chance to do attacks, so that could be very good. He could have a very good defensive mechanic. By the way, my expectation for Broly is that he will be a slot 1 unit. We don't have a lot of slot 1 units of Broly, which is very strange, because if you think about what happens on movie 8, at some point, if I'm not mistaken, Goku will do a Kamehameha like a 1 meter away from Broly, and Broly would just like take it and laugh. That could be a really cool also a counter or some kind of nullification of Ki Blast super attack. That would be very cool to this unit. We will see. So like I mentioned, I think this guy could be getting so those two guys are the ones that I think are most likely to get their easy A. So this guy here I think will get an easy A, and this guy here I also think will get an easy A. Then likely to get a super easy A, we haven't had a super easy A in each of the recent celebration that we got. At the time, the first time they introduced super easy A, it felt like we could have one in each one of the new celebration. It wasn't the case, and so lately we didn't have any super easy A. Sorry about the sound. So this guy is very very old. He got his EZA in 2017, so I could see this guy getting his EZA. He has, as you know, on Super EZA they don't change the super attack mechanics, but here you already have raise of attack by 50% for 3 turns. That could be really really good. And as you know, with Super EZA they will change this one line to 10 lines, so they can do whatever they want. And I could see this guy, he would make a lot of sense. This is the oldest unit to get his EZA in terms of brawlies, so I could see this guy also with a very high probability to see a Super EZA. And why not, this is worldwide, so why not also use this guy to get his EZA. He also have a pretty good mechanic on his super attack. He will raise his attack and defense by 20% with each attack. By the way, yeah, it's exactly the same here with this guy, so why not also super easy this guy, although it would not make a lot of sense because once again it's the same name.
Entra no casino em modo betano, com 50 rodadas grátis no registro. Beta...
Sorry for those ads. So this is the same name also, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense to... so I'm not sure, I would say this guy will not super EZA. This guy also have the same name, so as you've seen, the problem that we have with the same name and the same name update could solve that issue. This guy could also, I mean, how do you think we would be happy if this guy, it was like a big surprise. It was, this guy was the first LR to get an EZA. At the time it was like crazy when this guy got an EZA. He went back to be the king of world tournament. How about if this guy get a super EZA and he goes back to being the world tournament god? I really think that would be really cool, but once again the big problem is all of them are using the same name. So we have seen 4 units that here you can see that could get their EZA. So this guy will, I think, 100% or 19.9% get an EZA. This guy could see a super EZA. I think those 2 guys are the most likely, and then we can have also this guy, and the 4 of them are using the same name. This guy here is a transformation, so he's using this name, so he could link with all of them, so that wouldn't be a problem. But here, for example, would have a problem with linking of these guys. And as you know, we can use, for example, the first or the second rotation to put them away for each other, and when they transform, this is perfect. But the big problem that we have, and with this transformation also, although this one is not as easy to get, but the big problem with all of this is that, as you know, some of the new battles are very tough right at the beginning, and if we have a unit without any links, that could be a big problem for them. So in terms of more EZA, so I also think that we could see some movie heroes, which I think Super Saiyan Goku will obviously be a superhero, so a movie hero. So we could see some EZA around this, maybe not in part 1. For example, we could see this guy getting an EZA. This is exactly from the movie against Broly. Let's see if this guy can get an EZA. He has a very good, although this is only to hybrid science, but maybe Beast Gohan can be run on the team of Super Saiyan Goku. I'm already assuming that we will have a Super Saiyan Goku, and as you know, it's not confirmed, but let's say it is. And so at that point, maybe we can also use Beast Gohan, and this guy could have a lot of support to him. And also maybe, like I mentioned, we could see a side banner of I think that could be cool. A side banner could be Trunks, it could be the Z Fighters, obviously that would be really nice. Although sometimes the problem with those kind of units are exactly the categories, because you would not have hybrid because we have Piccolo there, we would not have pure Saiyan because we have hybrid Saiyan, so that's a big problem of those kind of units. That's a shame that Dokkan don't do as they do in Legend, where the categories are of all the units. For example, in this case, although this guy only calls Super Saiyan Trunks, could it be a Super Saiyan Trunks and then you could have this guy and Piccolo and Vegeta? That could be cool. Okay, we will see. We will see about what they will do with that. I think that this guy having an EZA could be very good. and maybe we could have like a side banner of Super Saiyan Gohan, and they would link pretty good together. And you could have this guy giving some support. They could have this to 50, maybe 60%. That would be very, very cool. Okay, less likely, and I'm only mentioning this because as you can see, these guys are also in line in terms of getting an EZA. I'm not sure if these guys could get an EZA in this celebration. Why? Because those guys, Super Saiyan Trunks and Super Saiyan Goten, are from Bio Broly. If I'm not mistaken.
Entra no casino em modo betano.
Sorry again. If I'm not mistaken, those guys are in movie 11, and so I think I'm not sure. I don't think that Bio Broly would be a really good pick to be a part 2 of this celebration. But how about it's a Dokkan Fest in October, in November, something like that, and then at that time these guys get their EZA. I'm not sure. We could even see them getting their EZA right away, and maybe we'll have a Bio Broly celebration right down the line. Then, in terms of what could happen in part 2, we could also see a second coming of Broly. I'm not sure, like I mentioned, my intuition says to me that this would be too good, as this would be the year of Broly, without any doubt. But once again, we could have problems and issues with the name of Broly for the second coming, but we will see. We will see about that. By the way, this guy over here, where are you? This guy is from movie. No, maybe I'm saying wrong. No, this guy is from movie 10. Yeah, this guy's from movie 10. He's the guy that is facing the family Kamehameha. Yeah, so this guy is from movie 10. So once again, Super Saiyan Broly. That could be obviously his name if we have that in part 2. And so once again, we could have problem. So some people are saying that it do not make a lot of sense that the part 2 of the celebration would be movie 10, because if that would be the case, then why I've made this EZA? It was like 1 year and some month ago, 1 year and 2 months ago. Why give this guy an EZA? You could have wait to give them their EZA right now at part 2 of the celebration. Although I don't think that will happen. Some people also said that this guy could be the first LR Super EZA. I don't see that happening, but we never know. Okay, these guys are really not that good defensively. For example, I think they are very weak, so I don't think they can stand in the new events that we have been having recently. So I'm not sure. And we could also see the EZA of this guy. As you know, we this year has been very strong on movie bosses, on movie heroes category, the LR physical Gogeta teams, and so I think that this guy could also see an EZA if we are indeed going to have part 2 with
slow websites.
movie 10, the return of Broly. The second coming of Broly. So that could be obviously also a very good unit to get his EZA. We will see that if that happens. I think that will be in part 2. A little bit more about the EZA. So a lot of people are like we mentioned. We saw that this guy could be getting an EZA and an update in his animation. So it would make a lot of sense that this could happen, for example, in the countdown, if, as I am expecting, this worldwide celebration will be centered around movies and not just Broly. And if that happened, I really think that that could mean, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that those two guys could also see their EZA on part 2, and maybe we could have a a Bojack for part 2. I think that would be also very, very good, and we could see the EZA of this guy. And then at that point, I would not be shocked if, for example, part 2 LR we could see like they made last year, when we were all very surprised that we thought that it would be going to be a Rose, and they surprised us and they gave us a future Gohan. And why not giving us a part 2 when you will have a new Bojack from this movie, and then you could have like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but from movie 10. the one with when he faced the second coming of Broly. That could be really really cool, and then we could see the EZA of those guys. Then we could a lot of people are also talking about the EZA of those two cards, Paikwan and Janemba, and also that if it is movie centered, we could have the EZA of Gogeta and of Janemba. Although I would be very happy to see their EZA, I think that this unit should be very cool, very good. This is one of my favorite units in the game in terms of animation. For example, this is my favorite character, Super Saiyan Gogeta, although I really think that I'm expecting that 10th year anniversary could be something centered around. I really think that you could see a Namek saga. That would make a lot of sense, and so we could have the easy of these guys, although I will still can see these guys also easier in a part 3 of this worldwide celebration. But I'm also expecting that the 10th anniversary would have some kind of fusion, maybe Gogeta, maybe Gogeta, Super Saiyan Gogeta, and maybe Super Saiyan Vegito. I think that could happen, and so I think that this guy would make a lot of sense also to be having their EZA in the 10th anniversary. If I'm not mistaken, Gogeta and the STR OG Gogeta and the Int Janemba, they arrived in the first anniversary, so how cool it would be for them also to arrive on part 10 on anniversary of the 10th anniversary. That would be really 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 cool. So I think we could also see these two getting their EZA in part 3 of this worldwide celebration. They would be on time to getting their EZA. I think that could happen, and like I mentioned, depending on the category of Broly, maybe this guy could fit the team, and maybe this guy also could fit the team of the new Super Saiyan. Once again, I'm assuming it will be a Super Saiyan Goku of movie 8, so we will see about that. So this video is already pretty long, so obviously I'm really happy for what we are going to have in this celebration. We will see about the unit. Let's hope they are very good. Let's hope they are at least at the level. I don't need them to be stronger than that. I don't want another power creep, but let's hope they are as good as the 9th anniversary, namely Beast Gohan. I think that should be the main goal. So this Broly should be like as good as Beast Gohan, some kind of very good defensive unit like Beast Gohan is also, and also very good in terms of his attack. So Minna, this will be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That will be highly appreciated, and I will see you all in the next one.